Hey, Vinny Milkus here. Hey, first thing, like and subscribe this. Help me grow this channel and get it off. We're in a little bit of a lull here, so we need to really push it to get it to a certain level so it sustains itself. But anyway, I'm going to start a practice baits series, and we're going to go through 5 or 6 of the most efficient practice baits, in my opinion. And today we're going to start off with the bladed jig. And what I want to tell you about this thing is everybody's pretty familiar with the bladed jig. Everybody uses it to catch fish, that's fine. But what I like to use it for is actually in practice. Sometimes you can get where the bladed jig is the thing that is the most effective way to catch fish. But how I like to use it, is to determine tangential patterns, derivative patterns, or what do you mean? This leads me to the bait that's really keying me in on the fish. And how it does that is, it's so versatile. So you can have like a bladed jig like this that's more like a shad-based type pattern, or you can have something that's more like a bluegill imitator, or you can have something like this that's more of a crayfish imitator. And there's a variety of different colors. But you can also work this thing in multiple ways. Like this, you can top the bottom of the water column at steady retrieve or fast retrieve or large hops. Or you can be dragging this thing on the bottom like you would a jig. Now, what does that tell you? Now, if I'm throwing this guy right here and I'm getting fish, slamming it when I'm in the middle of the water column or with a certain type of retrieve, it could tell me that I need to either maybe try a crankbait or maybe go to a spinner bait or maybe even some kind of top water bait. It allows me to kind of read some of what the fish are doing. And then like I said, again, it could be that this is the most effective pattern. But it gives me those little cues. Not only am I going to find the area where the fish may be in by covering the water, but it also might help me discover the pattern that really dials me in. Same thing with this thing. So, you can fish this in various water columns as well. But on the bottom, I like these colors like this, and this happens to be a football head. I'll throw this on the bottom and I'll drag it along the bottom, whether it be a steady retrieve or sometimes hopping it, or even sometimes just letting it sit there. And what it can tell me is whether, I need to maybe throw maybe a crankbait, or maybe I just need to go with a straight jig, or maybe a soft plastic, or maybe this is the key. But it allows me to make those determinations and see how the fish are reacting. And the reason I picked this bait is because of that versatility in it. Of course, you can couple this with different trailers to get different profiles. But the bladed bait is a very versatile bait when it comes to practice baits. And whether you're a tournament angler, or whether you're recreational angler, this bait will help you. If you use it, it will help you find the fish, and then from there you can determine whether that is the most effective way to do it. But just the way you can work these, it can show you the most effective way, or get you dialed in to what the fish are actually doing. That's why I picked this bait. Now, the next video will go into something, another bait that I believe is an effective practice pattern. But anyway, like I said, again, like and subscribe. I appreciate the support. And if you got anything, throw in the comments. It's cool. I read some of them. Some of them are a little off the wall, so I, end up deleting or ignoring. But I try to get to it. I'm kind of bad about it because I'm doing a lot of fishing. We're in that season where a lot of tournaments are going on, and just going out and learning these lakes for my own benefit. But anyway.